Hi, hey, welcome to my channel. Today I got a Ruger American Hunter. This is a rifle I bought, oh, not too long ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I had tried to, kind of get into the tactical game a little bit. I didn't want to be too far left behind. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of guns that have this style of stock. I have a lot of wood stock guns, and this is a Magpul stock that Ruger put on the American rifle. It's a very nice stock. It has, you could add to the length, and I did add to the length, and it does have a like a 70-degree throw and short action. It has the adjustable trigger at 3 to 5 pounds. Got your tang safety here. The accuracy. One of these rifles is superb, just like the American Ruger American rifle. They are known for their accuracy. As a matter of fact, we'll take you out to the range and we'll shoot a group of 3, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. 1-0. Well, hey, we're back. You can see that, the rifle doesn't have any problem hitting a target. This is a good, solid whitetail rifle. It is a bit heavy, but, there's trade-offs. I think the group measured a little over an inch. It was like 1.09, something like that. So right around an inch. And, I've shot 5 and 8 and 10 shot groups with the rifle that, it shoots very, very well. And depending on the ammunition, I mean, those were my hand loads, but I have shot different hand loads that shoot a little bit better out of the rifle, but, each rifle has its tendencies. The next time we're going to go back out to the range, and, as I have done with some of my other rifles, I'm going to shoot the rifle offhand. Now, I'm not going to make any excuses, but I'll let you know right now, this rifle weighs, with the scope and the bipod, a good 11.5 pounds. It's a hard rifle to hold offhand. If I was hunting with the rifle, I would probably shed the bipod anyway. It makes it a little awkward. But let's see what we can do out at 100 yards offhand. Okay, we're back, and you can see that it is a struggle to keep the rifle up, but we were still able to keep the black circle that you see on this video and the video before is just simply a paint can. And I measure the paint can. It's about a 6.5 inch, 6 3/4, somewhere around in there circle. And I know that the kill zone on a deer is about 8 to 9 inches. So I mean, if you can keep them in a paint can lid at 100 yards, I mean, you're doing your due diligence. I mean, we're not. You can obviously see the groups are way different from when off of the bipods and then offhand. You know, well, you know, a lot of people would say, you know, they're going to find a spot to, you know, to at least get on a knee or something like that. My contention is, you never know when you might have to shoot one offhand. There's just nothing around. The grass is too tall. There's several scenarios where it's just you, a buck standing there at 100 yards away, and you've got to figure out what you're going to do. I think, for the most part, you should practice for it. I mean, you know, it's just ammunition. Take 3 or 4 shots offhand and try to control the rifle the best you can. Now, you know, not everything that I shot landed inside the black circle, but it's close. And, you know, I do a lot of offhand shooting, but, you know, not with this type of hunting setup, not with this type of scope. I mean, the scopes that I use are way different. They have like an 1/8 inch dot on them, and they're geared for offhand shooting. This is geared for hunting, and it's, you know, even though it does have a vortex on here, I think this is the Diamondback series. This is a relatively inexpensive, like the entry level tactical. It does have the turret knobs, and I like that. I'll show you pictures of the rifle, and we can talk a little bit about it. You know, if you look at the rifle, it's very compact for what it is. It's only got a 20-inch barrel. This particular rifle is in .308 Winchester, as you had seen. And if you look at the back side, you can see on the stock, I do have dope. I think it's all the way out to 500 meters, 550 yards. It gets you close. It gets you out there. And, you know, I do like the fact that it has a detachable magazine. This is kind of nice for getting in and out of the vehicle if you're going from stand to stand, you know, or if you're going, you know, for lunch or whatever you might be doing. But these kind of make it nice for, you know, in and out of the vehicle. You only have to take out one, and you don't have to monkey with the trap door or anything. So those are kind of cool. It doesn't really get in your way shooting offhand. You know, you can use it for like a palm rest. My big trouble with it offhand is just the weight. There's an area, I think, where, you know, 10 pounds is useful for offhand shooting, and then it gets above that and it becomes, you know, you really have to fight the rifle to keep it steady out there. So that's my excuse for not hitting everything inside the black circle. But, you know, sometimes I can, and when I'm on camera, most of the time I can't. So I would say, for the better part in a hunting scenario, that I would be able to hit the vitals on a deer offhand every time, or I'm not going to take the shot. If it was pointed in a way where I don't think I could get the shot, then I wouldn't take the shot. I figured out something different. So here's the target, and I'm trying to orientate this as the way I shot it. So there's the target. You can see where the shots went. You can see the 3 that I had shot off the bench, and then you can see the 3 where I had shot offhand. Sometimes when you're shooting offhand, you overcompensate. You know, the first shot went high, so you try to, you're trying to compensate for that error. You know, you have tendencies when you shoot offhand that you don't when you shoot off the bench. That's just the way it works. You know, a rifle sighted in off the bench not necessarily will shoot the same offhand. I mean, if you can hold it perfectly still, yes, but you can't hold it perfectly still. And you have tendencies. You know, you pull the trigger one way, you cant the rifle one way, you pull the rifle one way when you're shooting offhand. And that's going to affect your point of aim a little bit. So I wouldn't say so much at 100 yards, but when you get out at distance, it will. So that's how that works. I superimposed this again on a deer. This is an approximation. The big yellow circle that you see, it will represent the 3 shots, and then the other 3 yellow dots will represent where I feel the bullet would have landed on the deer at 100 yards. And I'm pretty confident that all of that is in the kill zone. So, you know, it's just one of those things where it's just kind of how I was taught. You know, if you're going to shoot the rifle, get it sighted in, and stand up, and make sure that you can shoot it in any position. That you can shoot it well sitting down. That your point of aim is the same offhand. That if you have to rest it on a rock, or if you have to rest it on a limb, that you understand the basics of trigger control and follow through and all the things that you're supposed to be doing as a hunter. So that's my Ruger American Hunter. This is a very nice rifle. Like I said, I've had it for quite a few years now, and I have enjoyed it. It's kind of a cool looking rifle, and I've shot it quite a bit, and I've shot it out to 550 yards. There's just no problem with a rifle like this, and jacketed ammunition, and 28, 27, 2,800 feet a second, where you're knocking down steel rams at 500 meters. It's just a, once you get your dope in there, it's pretty much a good solid hit in the shoulder, in and around the shoulder. I wouldn't hunt, or nor do I ever care to take deer at 550 yards. It's just not. But at 250, I'm very comfortable taking deer at 250 yards with this rifle. At 250 yards, I mean, I'm shooting chickens every time, which is considerably, I would say, about the size or a little bit smaller than the vitals of a deer. So if you can hit a chicken 220 yards all the time, you're doing all right. So I don't have any footage of me shooting that, but take my word for it. If you looked at any of my other videos, the cast bullets, I'm shooting cast bullets, which are way slower. Out of a 308, it has a 26-inch barrel, and has a way different target scope on it, a Leupold scope that is, those scopes are made for the silhouette game, with the dot and everything. This has, this scope has the, the hash marks in it and that for your typical hunter. So that's pretty much all I had to say about the Ruger American Hunter. It's a great rifle. This isn't the first Ruger. I've had several Rugers, 270, and I've had number ones, and I've had a 243 in Ruger. All of them shot fairly well. I don't have any problems with the Ruger rifles, or any of the Ruger handguns. So I'm a Ruger fan, and a Remington fan, and a Winchester fan, a Smith & Wesson fan, and it's just, I kind of like just about everything. So I'm not brand specific. I bought a Chevy truck for a while. I've had a Ford truck for a while. I don't think I've ever had a Dodge truck, but I might buy one. I mean, they're nice. So that's my video for today. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the like button, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when the videos will come out. I try to get a video out every week. The video usually describes a rifle, shoot the rifle, and I will shoot the rifle offhand. And I am trying to encourage the subscribers, the members, and the folks that watch the channel to at least try it. There's no shame in missing the entire target offhand when you first try it. It is not easy to do. And some of you are just naturals. You'll hit it every time. You'll hit the green every time. And some really struggle with it. Those that struggle with it should at least practice it and get at least efficient enough that you can keep it under 8 inches, or closer to 6 inches is what you would want. And that's going to keep you out of trouble as far as taking a kill, taking a deer, and being ethical about it. So that's my video today. I appreciate you joining me. I will see you again next week. Thanks.